I'm Lori, and today I wanted to give you a look at my everyday routine for my hair. When really it's not every day, it's wash day basically for me. Um, about about a month ago, I got a diva cut, and I have not done a deep conditioning treatment since probably for the last 3 weeks. And I got I forgot to bring it with me, but it's the Diva Curl um, deep conditioner. I can't remember the name of it right now. I think it's like Heaven in Hair or something like that. I'll just go ahead and put it on the bottom bar. But I wanted to give you a look at how I do my hair on wash day. Now, today is Thursday, July 17th, and I washed my hair last on Monday. Now, the reason why I'm washing it today is because tomorrow night I'm going out with my boyfriend, and I hate going out and my hair being really flat because I can't do what I normally do to my hair, and my hair takes a long time to dry because I have thick hair and I have a lot of hair. The part that is hardest for it to dry is this part back here in the crown, and it makes it very, very difficult to have my hair dry the way that I want it to. When I'm home, I can play with it so that it will be up. Now, normally what I do is that I plop. If you don't know what plopping is, Water Lily 716 has a lot of videos that explain different ways of doing it. Some people call it, I think it is actually only called the plopping, but anyway, the thing is, I'll explain how to do that in another video. But what I do is I come out of the shower. Now, today what I did was I used this product to cleanse my hair. Now, I know that this is not a higher end product, and the reason why I use it is because it's pretty cheap. I think I paid about, I know it was less than $5. I want to say it was about $4.50-ish or something like that. And at the time they had it on 2 for $5 or something like that. But I didn't buy the two of them because I didn't know if I would like it, and I didn't think it was really necessary to spend extra money on a product that I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy. But I really like this. I've been using it for almost a month now, and I love how it smells. It's not something that I would use for moisture, that's rich in moisture, because it really isn't, but it is good for cleansing the hair. It has no sulfates. It says here, Herbal Essences Naked Cleansing Conditioner. It has 0% paraben and sulfate. It has water, sterile alcohol, which it has quite a few alcohols, and I know that some people are going to say, well, it's very high on the list of ingredients, therefore it must have a lot of it. And yeah, it probably does. But I wanted to use something other than sulfate-free shampoo to cleanse my hair, because I normally buy sulfate-free shampoo, but I didn't like how it was sulfate-free shampoo, and I liked it, but I didn't really like how my hair felt after it. So I decided to find a different alternative for cleansing my hair. And I'd seen some pictures of this on Instagram, and I decided, well, why not try it? Can't hurt to do that. So I got the bottle, and I've been using it. I'm about halfway through the bottle now. And really what I do is that I just put enough in my hands that is probably about, I start with a 50-cent amount on the palm of my hand, and then I rub my hands together and I start kind of sticking my fingers in my hair and start rubbing it all over my scalp, and that's how I cleanse my scalp. but I don't really use it on the rest of my hair unless I have buildup on the strands themselves. Usually it's just on my scalp that it happens. And it's the summer, so there's more sweat, and I live in Florida, so it's always humid, it's always hot, and you never know when it's going to rain. The weather is ridiculous. The weathermen, I think, have even given up on saying whether or not it's going to rain. So anyway, then what I do is after my shower, what I'm using now is the Mixedchicks leave-in conditioner. I love this stuff. This was about, I think it was like $13 or something like that at Target. And I bought it, I grabbed it because first of all, it smells really nice. It smells kind of like, it smells creamy and very light, but it's not overpowering, which I really love. And it seemed to have great ingredients, and I liked what it stood for. I liked that it was vegan, even though I'm not vegan. I am supportive of it. I love that it was cruelty-free. It says it right here. As you can see, cruelty-free and vegan. And I really liked the product, and I figured, let me give it a try. And I'm really glad I did. I love this. Before, I was using this one, which is Kinky Curly Not Today, as you can see. And it's a good product. This is about $10, and it has a light coconutty fragrance to it, but it's not over the top. It really isn't. It's not so much that it's like, oh my God, I'm a coconut. So that's pretty good. Now, I don't use much of this or use it often at all. I use this when my hair's usually already dry. Usually when it's second day hair after I've already slept on it. Then after I revitalize the curls with a curl refresher, then I usually take just a small amount, maybe about this much, the top half of my right index finger, and I rub it in my hands, and then I smooth it over the crown, or really anywhere where I see a lot of frizz happening, or any frizz really. And then that's it. I just let it dry. Now I just got out of the shower. This is my hair wet. Now this is a microfiber towel. This is the Turby towel. You can see the little label here. And this was like $5 or $6 at CVS. And if you don't find it at CVS, you might want to check out either Sally's, or I don't know if they have this particular brand, but really just a microfiber towel, or an old t-shirt or long sleeve t-shirt that you don't really use, or maybe you just use for around the house. Either one will work for your hair, and it's much better than a microfiber, than a regular towel. If you hear that noise, that's my cat. She's very, very dramatic. But anyway, so what I do is that I go ahead and I start with the Mixedchicks. And in the shower, I just did a deep conditioning treatment, as I said, the Diva Curl. And I washed it out. Now, I put about this much of the Mixedchick conditioner in my hand. Now, as you can see, my hand is in this position, and it is moving, but it's slowly. So it is very creamy, and it's not sticky at all. I love how it feels. It smells lovely. And I'm raking it through my hair because a lot of times you can either smooth products in your hair, or you can rake it. This is raking it through your hair. Now, some people think that this actually makes your hair fall fuller, and I think it probably does, but personally, I don't have a problem with it being fuller. I just really want it to make the curls defined, and this really doesn't have that much to do with that particular thing. So I put that first bit in my hand, and then I grab a little bit more, about this much, so you can see it's a lesser amount, and I start with the bottom of my hair and kind of in the middle of my head. As you can see, it's not exactly the top of my head. And I do this and make sure that I grab the ends, because that's very important. So we can try to help the split ends a little bit, or avoid them a little bit if we can with some moisture. And this is what I do to my hair. Now in the shower, I finger combed, and I used a wide tooth comb for the shower when my hair was still with the deep conditioner in it already. And this helped a lot with the detangling, because I have a problem that occurs usually in the back of my head where I get a lot of little knots, and I don't know why it is that a particular part is where it happens. I sincerely have no idea, but I knew that I needed to do that. So the next thing I do is I use this. You can see my hair is all over it. This is actually a product that I really like. This is the Jane Carter Solution Curl Defining Cream. It's 98% natural. I really love this product. Now, this, if you can see, it's kind of milky. And what I usually do is that I start with whatever's on the lid, because it's usually a pretty good amount that you get from that part, as you can see. And I rub it on my hands, and I do the same thing again. And I start with the crown, and I'm raking it through my hair. Okay. Now I'm going to grab just a little bit more of this cream, and I'm going to take just a hair tie, although I usually call them scrunchies, so just be aware of that. In case I ever say that, you know what it means. I am, after all, a 90s kid. I was born in the 80s, 1986 to be exact, but I grew up in the 90s. So I just took a little tiny bit because I wanted to make sure that this inner part of my hair still got some curl, because the curls in that area are generally a lot gentler, and the curls I have in the front are a lot fuller and more defined. So that's why I'm doing that. Okay. So then I find my little parting here. And I just decide kind of where I want my hair to go. And I take little parts where I will twist them and then just kind of leave them. Do that in the back of my head. And it just kind of leaves a little curl. And it makes it a lot easier, for me anyway, because if I want to, I can separate the curls with my fingers once it's dry. So basically, this is how I do it. And I really like how it's been coming out since I got my hair cut. I'm actually very, very happy with it. And I'm really glad that I got this style. Now, I do have layers in my hair, and the shortest layer, it dries to about here. So we're talking about this part of my hair. Dries to about here. So it has a pretty tight curl, and my Botticelli curls are mostly in the back and the bottom of my hair, and that is what really curls that way for me. Now, when I go to sleep on wash day, normally, because sometimes I'm really tired and I just don't want to deal with it or something along those lines, what I do is I use a sleep cap. Okay, now this looks a lot like a shower cap. Make sure that you don't get a shower cap because you're going to get so hot at night if you do that because of the plastic. So make sure that if you do get a shower cap because you need one, which I do recommend that you have, just so that when you take a shower on non-hair washing days, that you can protect your hair and make sure it's a good one, but that doesn't have terry cloth inside, because that's going to cause frizz, especially with the moisture that will be in the shower. I don't really like showering with hot water, but I do use it for my hair, and then I close with cold water normally, unless it's winter, in which case, no. Anyway, so I got this one, first of all, because it's the only one I could find that I really liked. I got this at Sally's. I think it was like $2.76 or something like that. It was a very, very a very low price. And I really, really like it. It's cute. It's not too tight. I had another one that had the entire, like this width was the elastic, and it just left a huge mark on my face. I mean, it hurt a lot at night. A lot of times I had to take it off during the night because it hurt so much. And that's not something that really you should have to deal with. So I like this one. I usually just put this back thing in the back of my hair, and that's what I do. The morning, if it's raining outside or it's very humid, which in Florida it usually is, I use a little bit of this, as I had mentioned. This is the Herbal Essences Totally Twisted Curl Scrunching Gel, and it is Firm Level 3, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, strong. Now, I wanted something a little lower. I wish they would have had something lower because I don't like my hair crunchy. I really, really don't like it. I shouldn't be crunchy. My hair should not be crunchy. So definitely check those products out. I really, really do enjoy them. I would not be saying so otherwise. And this is just how I personally do my hair. Everybody really finds their own style and their own routine, and I suggest to just experiment with it and watch videos, educate yourself on how to work with your hair, and you're going to find different things that work for different people. Like there are some things that Water Lily 716 does that work for her hair and they don't work for mine. And I tried, but there's really no other way of finding out until you do try it, because that's how you're going to learn. That's the only way you're going to find what works for your hair and what it means, what type of pattern you have, what is common that type of pattern absorbs well or doesn't absorb well. It really just depends. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.